All right, welcome back, everybody, to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. Another week. Actually, you know what? On the next show will be election day.
Yeah, it will.
It'll be election day.
It'll be election day, and I will be leaving work early. Actually, I kind of think that I should go in late.
Oh, Dan, it just started recording. This is
No, it's 26 seconds in.
it says 8 seconds on mine.
Mine says recording 32 seconds now.
Oh well. Oh, it's in there now, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. What were you saying down?
Well, I was trying to figure out if I was gonna go early into work, like late into work, and go to the polls when they open, because the polls back in Missouri, the polls open like at 5 or 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
They open later out here. Californians don't be with that. Like I have no interest in going after work, or so I might just be like, hey, I'm taking this 2-hour break to go vote in the middle of the day or something. But and then the next day I'm up in the air coming to St. Louis.
It's gonna be dope. So we're glad to have you back.
Yes, I'm really excited. I just celebrated my 14th anniversary
of being in LA?
in Los Angeles. It's a long time, y'all. And I celebrated by going to a Smino concert. So what better way to spend that day, which was a lot of fun. Shout out to Smino and the crew. We're not friends, but I said it like we was friends. I was like, I only know Smino from that thing, but yeah, this was something that he promoted, and it was a free show that Coca-Cola was hosting, actually down at LA Live. And I'm kind of mad because I forgot that the Suns were playing the Lakers that day, and that would have been a really good game to go to. So I was like, so yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And I also got back out on the red carpet this weekend. I did some red carpet interviews for the Michaud, the 6th annual Michaud Film Festival, and they honor Laurel Howery. So I got to interview him on the carpet and just meet a bunch of dope and up and coming creators and directors and writers and actors. So yeah, it was a good weekend.
Dope. So yeah, it was a cool weekend. I got almost so Xander had a big soccer game this weekend.
Shout out to Panda.
Xander's been, improving a lot. It was another parent that it felt like he wanted me to crash out with him. He wanted you feel like your daughter's playing in the right position. I think we should talk to the coach. And I was like, no, I was like, my expectations weren't maybe the same as yours were, because Xander was coming from regular soccer. Now this is, select team. So her development and her just getting better was the most important thing to me, not necessarily where she playing on the field. So my expectations were lower. And he's like, well, we spent too much money for it. I was like, man, they in the 5th grade. And none of them gonna be on like the World Cup and no shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Or we may not even know, or we don't even know at 5th grade for real, if they don't be that cold.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's some parents that just don't know how to let kids be kids and have fun.
And they were yelling at her on the field while she was playing, like telling her what to do, and like, you need to hustle, be aggressive. Like, I'm talking about like her mom is like going at her on the field. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, I can't sit next to these motherfuckers the next game, or whatever.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know it.
It's like let people, but that's the key thing. Is like, you gotta let people really, really just be kids and have fun with it. Like, it make me think about the documentary with David Beckham.
Yep.
And they was on his ass about that. But then at least, like in the UK, they be playing for Manchester at like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm. But that's a different thing. It's the culture, though.
It's a different way of life. But this is America.
Some people do come up and become, those are prodigies, though. Like, those are like, none of these kids, if you playing even if you're playing select, and you ain't literally like playing for like they talking about sending you to Europe or something, you ain't going. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're not a prodigy. and it's fine. Like, let them kids have fun. But
yeah, and that's
let's
the
jump
thing.
on in.
Wait,
Go
I
ahead,
have
go
a
ahead.
question. I have an interesting question for you.
Yeah.
My homeboy, we were talking yesterday, and he mentioned to me his frustration, and I had to. This is not me being devil's advocate, I promise.
Okay.
And he said how, because he has a kid on the way, and he said that none of his homeboys got anything for the baby off the registry. And so he was really kind of like frustrated and upset about it. And I was like, I don't know men to even like them going to baby showers is something new. I was like,
No, but also, I mean, most dudes I knew did a diaper party, a diaper and beer party at somebody's crib, and people brought a whole bunch of diapers over.
Okay. So that's what he
And
was
this
like,
is
dang, you
very
could at least get, the baby some Pampers or something. But I sent
okay.
my
These friends have a lady in their life? These friends.
Well, so that's what I was asking him. That's why I was like, okay. So I was like, I know it to be a joint gift, and it's really the chick got it and put the person's name on it.
Yep.
And so I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, I just know how I know things to be. And I don't really know men to buy gifts off the
No,
registry.
you ain't getting them from a dude that doesn't have a lady.
That's how and I feel like that's okay. But also,
Yeah.
I'm like, are you really going to be? Because, and then so I asked my homegirl, and she was on the same, like, I don't know, men to do that. I get the diaper party thing like that. And maybe I'll tell him to do that. I was like, hey,
Yeah, that's the thing to do. That's the thing.
have something at your house or whatever. I know it's getting down to the wire, or maybe have something at a bar where y'all kind of
my brother might come through with a little gift card, like, hey, here you go, $50 to Baby or Us or whatever,
Baby R Us isn't a thing, so I hope it's not a gift card to there.
Oh snap! It's not Baby Russ don't exist no more.
No, none of them R Us's are things.
Oh, so hold on. They
I
let
don't think Baby R Us is a thing.
I thought that they at least kept the baby going. I knew the Toys R Us.
The one by my house is definitely over here is closed, unless they just online.
It's still live.
No, it's coming up as. Oh, you have to shop it via Kohl's.
Oh, Baby Russ at Kohl's. Okay, still, so my gift card will work then.
So yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering.
I thought the Babies R Us was getting money. I thought it was the Toys R Us that was losing money.
Well, that all kind of fell apart with the last kind of big recession and all of that stuff, and companies going under, and maybe even after that, because I know my ex worked at Toys R Us over the holiday season when we were in college. So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they still got 2.1 million followers on Facebook. You don't want to lose that real estate. I know that. Did. Yeah.
But that was it. I just was just wondering.
No, you gotta do a diaper party. You know what I'm saying? Like a diaper party, diaper and beer. Cats bring beer and diapers.
Yeah, I'll tell them that. I was like, so here's an idea. This comes from my homeboy Daryl.
Yeah, and that's all my friends did that. I'm talking about all my friends did that. Like I'm talking about if I went to a baby shower, I was like, dude, I'm either A, I'm not gonna come, and then B, you ain't doing a beer and diaper thing, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'm not going to no baby shower.
Well, now they're having it kind of where it's more like a party as opposed to like this.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
So I mean, I would do something that's kind of joint where I was like, yo,
my daughter's 11. I'm max. I ain't man, when she was younger, I would, because it was like, everybody was having kids. She 11 now. I ain't doing that.
No, I would have something joint, because also I'm like, I just kind of want to have a party. I don't want to play games. Everybody leave with a gift bag. I'm not interested in y'all wrapping me in toilet paper or anything like that. I'm just not.
I'm a part of that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
So no. Yeah, so that was the word on everything. So we'll see, we'll see. So man, since we've been gone, I mean, the feds is the great 2 Chainz says the feds be watching, boy. And Lil Durk from Chicago, OTF crew, I believe the name of that crew is. They got him on a murder plot against Quando Rondo. The feds do this. Ain't no state thing. This is a federal thing. So for some people that may not keep up with, and look here, y'all been in the comments. I keep up with this peripherally. I just kind of go off the information that's just out on the general. I ain't deep into the trap lore and the drill,
trap lore.
Yeah. But as far as I know, King Von, reputed rap artist and gang leader and allegedly murderer. I'm gonna say allegedly. He's not here to defend himself. He has been passed on. Him and Baton Rouge rapper. Why can't I remember this little dude name now? Shit.
Let me tell you something.
NBA Youngboy. Him and beef with NBA Youngboy. Then it was going on for a while. NBA Youngboy
that got all the kids.
Yes, the one that's got a kid with Mayweather's
Maya.
Mm-hmm.
I call her Maya. That is not her name.
The one who cut up some girl over somebody that was for some community, situation. Because he cut his other baby mama. But let me finish this out with it. So Quando Rondo is an artist signed to NBA Youngboy. They see each other at a club in Atlanta. Things happen. King Von is not with us no more. Now, the interesting part about all this is there was this whole thing of and Durk and King Von was super close. They same crew, super close. So the internet starts pushing a little bit, and I'm not gonna say because some people are trying to say it was hip hop. No, it's not hip hop. It was just some street nigga shit of them slide for Von. It was a hashtag, and they would kept on hitting up Durk about sliding for Von. And allegedly they went through. He sent out people from his crew to San Diego. They drove to LA, did a drive-by on Quando Rondo and his crew. Quando Rondo's cousin gets killed. Feds been watching for this whole time. The feds get one of his closest homeboys that he got out of jail, gave him a whole like $100,000, a crib, a whip, got him to flip. He had been wearing a wire for 2 to 3 years, Dom.
Yep.
2 to 3 years. Yo.
Okay. So question.
Yep.
In our trap lore.
Yep.
That's really funny.
Very peripheral on this, y'all. I'm not. Look, I could be wrong. I just gave y'all the general details. That's all I know. I don't know the deeper stuff.
So that's how I kind of read it when I like kind of skimmed through it. Yeah. So my question is, what can the feds offer you?
He had a gun charge already.
Well, yeah, okay, but you're out.
No. He had a gun charge. He was already a felon, got out 15 years.
Right.
He got another gun charge. So they're gonna send him back.
Outside of that, 20. Outside of, but that's also your stupidity.
Yes. No. Okay, I see what you're going. Go keep going.
Yeah. So, but I'm like, outside of that, okay, you ain't gonna have to do time for this gun charge allegedly. So, like, how much time was we looking at? Also, outside of protection, like, what can the feds really offer you? Are they gonna give you money? Are they gonna give you shelter? Like all these different things. I'm not advocating for the street guys. Let me lead with that. So, which also leads me here. It's a lot of niggas telling y'all to dead that shit. Wallow.
Well, I'm gonna put that video up in a second. Keep going.
Yeah, Wallow is one of you guys. So many different people that just never look back. Look at Snoop. We just talked about Snoop's murder charge and how he has done a complete 180. Guys, it's not 360 because 360 puts you back at where you started.
Yep.
It's a 180.
180. Yep.
And lives a completely different life. Like my life is stress-free. I do this, I do that, and I made it out the hood. I give back, I do this, I do that. But it's like I'm just trying to understand the fascination with the ghetto. Growing up in the hood, as somebody that grew up in the ghetto, and I'm not gonna even say like we had a pretty ghetto. You know what I mean? It ain't as beautiful as the California ghetto, because them niggas got grass and palm trees, okay? So it's confusing, so it gets convoluted by the weather, right? But I remember, like what that was like, your mom throwing you on the floor because somebody doing a drive-by so you don't get hit by a stray bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on podcast, we definitely discuss healing. We discuss aspects of psychology. We discuss you becoming the best you, mental wellness,
for sure,
health.
femininity, parenthood, dating,
definitely
as
dating,
single parents. And it's from a lens of two psychologists,
Yeah.
So,
but also two people who grew up like with both parents, married parents, and then you all know that Chloe and I are the youngest of our crews, like her siblings and my siblings. So so it's from that perspective.
Yeah, looking at life through that lens. So you're gonna get a whole lot of things from us. From us being women, going through life as parents, and all of these awesome attributes. But yes, womanology, the study of women.
The study of women.
I was in college. Somebody ran through our backyard. Like I thought it was a dumpster. I thought it was the dumpster day, the trash day, and it was a gunshot. And I heard somebody shuffling through our backyard, running. And I was like, wait, what is going on? Well, yeah, that guy that ran through my backyard died on the playground at the school up the street, a couple of houses up. So that I'm just trying to understand the fascination with y'all always talk about crabs in a barrel and people always trying to hold you back, but can't nobody hold you back for real but yourself, like your mind. Like a mind, they always say, is a terrible thing to waste, and it's your own worst enemy. It be y'all. It don't be nobody else, because if you wanted to get out that shit, you can get out of it. So I'm just trying to understand, like, you got a homeboy waiting for you when you get out. You $100,000 and got you out looking out for you. And so that already let you kind of know. I was like, maybe in whatever happened where the nigga went to jail, maybe Durk had some sort of hand, might have was on the up and up potentially.
Nah, man. I just think this dude was just looking out for self, like a lot of people do, Don.
But you know what you shouldn't have done?
But he shouldn't have been involved in this anyway. He shouldn't have been involved in none of this shit anyway. That's the point. Nope. I'm gonna play this video from Wallow here, man. And if you notice, Durk, he's like, I'm just gonna play it for y'all real quick. And y'all as audio people, y'all be able to hear it.
Because I'm telling you, man, I can name 20, 30 niggas and my homies is dead. I'm here though. And I'm gonna say some shit that, like, this is documented. I got a TED talk. I forgave my brother's killer. And I'm saying it to say this. Nigga that killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms. In that fucking house that we grew up in. Nigga shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny Holmes when she opened the door. So I'm telling you, there's some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. And when I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And I started to glow. And now I'm here today, and it was harder than a motherfucker, man. And I'm talking about, this my big brother, nigga. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we was fucking kids. This little Steve. But I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mama and my grandmama.
Talk to him. Sure.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but I understand. I understand what y'all going through. But I love all you young niggas in here. And I mean that shit. I love you niggas, man. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the fuck out, man.
And he like...
Straight up, man.
It's so crazy. Yeah, this motherfucker really dropped.
See, it leads it off though, but he said this motherfucker really up in there crying. Like, he almost didn't take it seriously, Don. To a certain extent, that's the energy he gave.
But that's how it be, because Durk is where he at because he could not receive that. And again, it's him. Like they always say it's always gonna be somebody in your camp essentially that's gonna rat you out. Like when you doing fuck shit and it's somebody you did right by, you looked out for, and this nigga, it's wild when you hear stories like that, and it because but in your heart, you already made your mind up that you just gonna seek revenge. Like, oh, I'm gonna be God today. I'm gonna pass that judgment down. And look where your dumb ass is now in jail. He ain't getting out.
Yeah, no, he's not getting out.
Yeah, he's not getting out. And I feel bad. I always feel bad because people be having kids, but it might be better off that he's in jail. And I know that sounds crazy, but it's somebody, at least the other young guy did not pass away. I know his cousin passed away, but because all it's gonna do is go back and forth. It's still gonna be a thing because somebody already lost their life. It's like he said, like, y'all gotta learn forgiveness. Y'all gotta learn to know, like, with battles to fight, grow up and move on. They always tell you, they've been saying that since we was kids. The streets gonna get you dead, get you killed, or you're gonna end up in jail.
Dang, he's got 7 kids. Shit.
Durk.
Yeah.
Well, your 7 kids will maybe come and visit you. Maybe.
I mean,
and y'all and you better hope they don't seize whatever assets you have, because they do that shit sometimes too.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the thing that was crazy, he was trying to get out the country too.
And that's the one I was like, so who tipped you off and why you move so slow? I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not advocating for you to run away, but
my thing is, number one, I don't know. My first, he should have cut his dreads off. If I'm gonna go low key, go 0 dark 30, I don't need to look like.
But when you walk around looking like this all the time and always looking shocked or confused, like you saying, huh?
Yeah, no, but he needed to cut them dreads off, because it'd be, not saying it would have helped. I mean, not saying they would have still found him, but it'd been harder to spot me. And I got some blonde dreads sitting here, well, there he go, right there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
He was trying to go to Italy. He had 3 trips booked: 1 Italy, 1 to Switzerland, 1 to
Dubai.
Yeah, but it's a cautionary tale. But this is not nothing new. We didn't seen this happen. We keep seeing it happen, And the sad part is we got old niggas doing it too. Shout out to Diddy. This ain't no. We can't just put on the young G's either. You know what I'm saying? Our older G's be on that bullshit too. So it's just, man, it's sad because Durk was really flipping his life around, doing different things. Now, the pessimistic part of me asked the question: did he know the feds was on him, and that's why he trying to make all these changes in the last year?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm confident, and then you got a lawyer. Your lawyer is telling you, is pretty much operating as your publicist and telling you how to operate.
Yeah,
but you better believe he already knew, and somebody already, and it could have been something as simple as somebody was like a cop or something could have tipped him off and was like, hey nigga, they finna come and get you. And that's how he booked them flights. Because for me, if the moment that they was even, somebody questioned me, I would have I said, hey, nigga, I'm leaving. I ain't coming back in this motherfucker. Y'all got me. I'm not.
Yeah, because they would automatically would be like, hey, they telling me to tell you to turn yourself in. Or, they'll know because they all them, especially if they're a good criminal attorney, they linked in with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're gonna be coming soon, or or you need to be prepared that they may be coming soon, because I think they locked up his friends a couple of days before, so they kind of gave him a certain amount of time to get a head start, and that's probably why they was like, They probably wanted to wait a little bit, but when they start hearing about him booking these flights and stuff, probably is when they were like, "Oh yeah, we got to get him now."
Yeah,
I'm just wondering. I mean,
here's the thing: it's like honestly, he should have been at the airport the same day. Like I would have went to the airport, booked my flight. All right, I can leave now because it ain't like you don't have money. Like you got money where you could leave that same day. You might have to pay like 2-3 G's depending on where you was going. But you should have been at the airport.
Same day going to Europe or overseas.
Yeah, I was like wherever that you can be extradited from, and then it's just like I just clothes. What I'll buy some clothes and drawers when I get.
I think he was trying to get a PJ though. I think he was getting a PJ.
Well, he's an idiot that also goes into stupid criminals.
I think he's trying to get a PJ because that's the only way he'd been able to get out the country without having to go through necessarily go like directly through go through U.S. customs. He had to be getting a PJ.
Yeah,
he had to. So I mean,
because he probably could have low key. To be honest, he could have slid out through the airport probably.
Because, you think so?
Yeah.
How?
Because I think if they let's say he still had his passport, it was nothing in the system just yet, because it take a second for that shit to come up sometimes.
Yes.
And so he probably could have still had his passport and just slid on out.
But the thing is though, is that people don't understand. People are like, oh, I'm gonna look up these countries that extradited from. That doesn't mean that they won't come in there and still get your ass, and that doesn't mean that they don't talk to that country and be like, hey, they may not have extradition.
They may be able to do a deal,
right? Or not even as a deal. Some people think that like, oh, they just won't be able to come there and get me. It's just that country won't arrest you and send you back. That doesn't mean that the U.S. can't send agents over there and arrest you. Remember a Dirty Pop with Lou Pearlman. They sent agents over there. It wasn't the Bali police because they were like, yo, we hands off as a police force.
But they probably gave them it's probably a certain level of clearance that they still have to do in order to just still do that, because you're still out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, but some of them countries know, like, if you really want to fuck with us and we can start pulling our money from up out of here. We'll start thinking if you really want to play ball, like, all right, maybe you can let some low-level criminal, stay in the country and we ain't gonna mess with them. Shout out to Russell Simmons. With the yoga studio, but they ain't tripping off that. No, Russell Simmons. But if you murdered somebody, them like, hey,
but people be forgetting that Cuba exists.
Yeah,
like people forget that Cuba.
That's the only thing. But I think people.
That's the only place I feel like you really could probably dip off to, and. You could probably have asylum there for real.
Yeah, you can. But this is the thing: Cuba may not give you asylum because of what you did. Like you have to get they research and find so the reason Assata Shakur, for instance, has asylum in Cuba because they feel she was a politically oppressed prisoner. You can't just be like, I just want to leave the U.S. Take me an asylum. You know what I mean? Like you have to have most of them, like at least Cuba. I will say Cuba. I don't know about he might need to go to Russia. But then I don't know,
Yeah, I would definitely go there.
Yeah, I mean, you can maybe go North Korea too, but But I mean, I wish the best for that brother because he was turning his life around. All jokes aside about me saying that he did all this stuff just because he was going to get jammed up. And if he didn't, I hope he does. He got 7 kids, a fiance as well.
I mean, they got him on tape for years.
Yeah, no.
And that's the sucky thing.
I know that's the thing though, man. That's the messed up part. It's not like even with Diddy and Puffy Diddy, they ain't got him on tape though. Like they still have to. Maybe they do and we don't know.
But when I say on tape, they got him on VA. They got him on a different tape.
Right. But I'm talking about. But these were federally licensed tapes. I'm saying they had somebody. Yeah. In a van listening.
Imagine your homeboy sitting there and say could be looking at his phone and text him oh no, but what you say? Mm-hmm. And then he was like, nigga, I said I
told them niggas to go to San Diego, take the rental because we ain't gonna fly you directly into LA because they're gonna think we doing it.
But that's the weird thing too. Is just you talking about a rental car when you was in San Diego, you could have found somebody to just buy a car off of where the tags might not have been matched or registered. You know what I mean? Like rental companies, they still gotta take your credit card.
Yep.
They don't take cash.
I mean,
so that was the part. I was like, really, idiots? Like, that's what we doing?
Or, oh yeah, it's no way. Because I was thinking about if you rented a car, slid into San Diego, rented a car, but then highlighted some boys in LA and get a different car to do your due. And don't use the rental car.
It's so many things that are possible. But again,
and they use the company credit card for all this stuff. You know that, right?
I know. That's what that's what I was like. They was able to trace it back to that.
Man, it's just not crime don't pay, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Crime don't pay.
I
know it sucks that your homeboy is gone, but we can't. Retribution a lot of times ain't
he ain't coming back, y'all. Like, that's the part that just is like, it is not like okay, so get this. I am a Hammurabi's Code type of chick that is like an eye for an eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to needing to probably cuss somebody the hell out, everything else is null and void. Like, we're too grown, we have too much. Like, you didn't think about your kids. You didn't think about nothing like that. And so once it's all these like variables that come into play, and it's just like, dude, you stupid as hell. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. And now you going to jail for attempted murder.
No, not attempted murder. His cousin.
Oh yeah, it's the cousin.
Yeah, the cousin passed away.
Yeah, the cousin. I forgot.
Yeah, it's just sad.
It ain't never worth it.
They talking about the death penalty.
And he's just sitting there looking like this, shocked. Bewildered.
And you just want a Grammy, yo. You just want a Grammy. The first drill rapper to win a Grammy.
The streets are always gonna get you every time, y'all. I don't know who needs to hear that, but the streets will get you. They always get you.
Yeah. Well, since we're gonna stay in the criminal files, Abercrombie and Fitch's CEO jammed up like the diddler. Here we go, y'all. Hold on. Y'all know I keep the files now. So
the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, Mike Jefferies, who built the teen clothing brand in part on racy and at times sexually suggestive advertising, stands accused of multiple federal charges for sex trafficking and interstate prostitution.
He was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men.
Hey, for the record, they've been busy in New York. I think we've seen it through like 2 times.
Breon is tired.
I'm gonna finish up, but I just keep seeing Breon pop up on these cases
for his own sexual pleasure.
Similar allegations were made in a 2023 documentary.
I didn't feel safe to say no, or I don't feel comfortable with this. I didn't have control.
Though it's unclear if they were part of today's charges. According to the federal indictment, Jefferies, along with an employee and his romantic partner, employed coercive, fraudulent, and deceptive tactics to get men to attend sex events, both within the U.S. and overseas, including France, Morocco, and St. Bart's from 2008 to 2015.
They spent millions of dollars on a massive infrastructure to support this operation and maintain its secrecy.
Prosecutors say the men were paid and led to believe they could get modeling deals or career opportunities if they took part in sex acts. 15 unidentified victims say they were often given alcohol and drugs, including muscle relaxants called poppers, according to the indictment. Jeffrey's attorney did not respond to NBC's request for comment, but spoke after his client was released on bond by a Florida federal judge.
We'll be dealing with these matters in court, not out here.
The former CEO stepped down from his role in 2014. The company's struggling.
Let me pause there here. Hey, that's a good lawyer.
Hey, no, he's right. He's right. But that was lawyer, good. That was good. I'm here. I'm just plugging in my computer.
That is a good lawyer, y'all. Let me finish.
After a string of scandals, the focus of another documentary, a 2003 lawsuit alleging discrimination. Abercrombie settled and denied wrongdoing. Catalogs with sexually charged content were pulled, along with controversial T-shirts criticized for being racist and sexist. A decade later, Jefferies, once one of the most influential CEOs in the country, now charged with crimes that, if proven, could put him in prison for life.
The U.S. attorney says there could be dozens more victims. He's calling on them to come forward and contact the FBI, Lester.
All right, Stephanie, thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking.
I'm going to tell you this.
Go ahead.
That 2003 case, we know the people that did. We know who sued them.
Who?
That was what's his face? That was Mike and them. Because they worked there.
Mike who?
Jones. Free Roofs
Really?
Mike. I think he was a part of that. I know for a fact it was Alvin was when they sued. I know Alvin definitely sued them because I was gonna ask him about it when I saw it. I was like, hey.
It was like a class action too. It was a whole bunch. It was a lot of different people on that.
It was that class action suit was like the discrimination thing, like claiming like race, like they was racist.
Oh, no. The one they're talking about with that one is the one they was talking about. They wouldn't hire anybody that was overweight and stuff.
So it's probably like a whole.
Yeah, but that one, that was the big one. But they're talking about from 03 is like, because they wouldn't hire nobody unless you was skinny and had a certain.
You had to look a certain way. You had to have a certain like aesthetic of all of that. Okay.
Even to work in the store, which was like, okay.
I remember, I have a picture somewhere, and we because they used to have like around the holiday. They would hire models, and we like took a picture with the model or whatever that was like in like boxers or something in the little Santa hat.
Mm-hmm.
That boy was airbrushed the hell up. He looked good though.
It was so crazy. They tried to get me hired there, man. Like when I was like in the high school, early college, and I was like, I ain't working no damn Abercrombie and Fitch. Dude was like, yeah, you be good. And I was like, oh, he must be trying to get some black people to work here. Yeah, I ain't no sex symbol nigga like that. Y'all got dudes up here stabbed up and shit. I'm just a skinny nigga. Like,
yeah.
Like, this ain't gonna work.
But I do know that they got sued and they won for discrimination there.
Yeah, but though this is correct. Like look, these chickens are coming on a roost, y'all. It ain't just Diddy that's gonna go down with a lot of different stuff.
Now I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know there were no weapons involved, but I will say, I don't like the fact that he out on bond. I feel like that nigga.
I'm gonna tell you why he is. Diddy was threatening people already before he went in. That's the problem.
Also, I mean, I love.
You gotta think. They said he was threatening people like, don't, please don't do this. Please don't do like own people. Sending like 30, 40 text messages and stuff to people.
I feel like, but I also do believe that. I mean, we know that Diddy was a flight risk.
Yes.
This person might not be, but he looked like he is.
No. I will say this. Let's just keep it all fair and keep them both locked up. To be honest with
That's
you.
how I feel. I was like,
let's just keep it all fair and let them keep them both locked. I don't think Diddy should get bail. I don't think this dude should get bail either. Let's just keep anybody getting locked up for the rest of 2024 with a threshold of charges in New York State. You just
got to sit there until the trial.
Yeah, we got to sort out some things. Yo, bad for getting locked up in 2024.
I'm gonna say this though, we gonna handle this in there.
Yeah,
not out here.
Hey, look, I need to look up that lawyer. He was good. He was like, I'm not because some lawyers will try to get out there and try to and there's nothing wrong with it. It's different strategies of like trying to get the PR and get the what's it say not community
it's like you're trying to sway the public opinion or your
public opinion. Right. And that's good since but he was like, nah, I ain't fooling with y'all NBC News. And then he stopped and said, I was like, oh yeah.
It was too good. It was too good.
we gonna do it in there. Or it'd have been more games. I do my thing in there. If you want to call his publicist, you call them.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
You could talk to them, but
that man did whatever that man did what them boys said he did. I don't care. He did that shit.
Oh, yeah, he did that shit. Look, his lawyer know he did that shit so much. He trying to just mitigate the time. It's like, look here, and you know, man. Look, them lawyers come in. Look, man. You gonna be able to get me off? I'm gonna say James. His name is James. You gonna be able to get me off? You gonna do some time? I'm sorry. You gonna do some time, my nigga. But check it out. Maybe I could get you 5. 5 is good. You know, 5. I can't do 5. Look here, man. It's a possibility you're getting 20. I can holler somebody and get you 5, but you're gonna have to do with everything I say to get this 5.
Right.
Don't be going out here doing no crazy stuff, you know.
Facts.
But I do think that it should be. I understand why people have the perspective of that. But just to keep everything safe, just keep everybody locked up. If you're doing anything deviant the rest of 2024, we just gonna hold you over to 2025 until we sort things out.
Facts.
You know, because this dude, I mean, if what he was doing, like, they supposed to that documentary, Abercrombie Fitch documentary, is crazy about how he was running the company. It's on Netflix.
Imagine, like, look at him.
Yeah. Like,
I hate having to say shit like that, but it be true.
Yeah, it do, man. It do. I mean, but the thing is, it's more details in there that I read about that in the video. Like, him and his dude was like basically going through the employees. So like they would look through and like have everybody, like, so let's say you're at the Seattle Tacoma Washington Mall, sending all the pictures. So they had a thing with every employee in the country in all the stores, and they would just be like, get in touch with him, like almost like a catalog of boys.
I mean,
so like people were thinking they were taking a picture.
Like, he should not be out of jail.
But this the thing. That dude's got a good lawyer. Obviously, we saw what he did. We saw how he works. I do it. What did he say? That's it, Dom. That's it. I do it.
We go.
Imagine what he said in that courtroom to get him that bail. Did he came in lawyers like, well, we gonna nope. That man said, I do all my work in here. Did his lawyers out in the public trying to?
Yeah, I don't like that, but yeah, you're right.
I'm not saying, like I said, don't be in the comments talking about you caping for Diddy. Y'all know I ain't caping for Diddy or this white man. But I'm just saying this lawyer looks very, very competent. Very, very. I don't know shit about him, but I'm going to be researching him for the next show. Trust and believe I'm going to find out everything about him by the next show. Because he said, all I do is everything is in there. Diddy's lawyer out. All his legal counsel.
Yeah, they are out there. And then like it was that weird thing, like where it felt like they was pressuring that girl, whomever it was, that was supposed to be on whatever alleged tape, like trying to pressure her to buy it. And I didn't like that either. I was like, what the fuck? Like, What are we doing? Well, this is a cussing ass episode. We own it this week. We frustrated.
I'm just saying it's so funny that and he told him keep walking and talk to and look here. And he stuttered with I'm not gonna litigate this out here. I do it here. I need to do that. I will start doing that, man. I don't do this here.
Yep.
I don't do this here, but
yeah,
like,
I mean,
he was doing like the dude was on some ill shit. Had a catalog of all the people that worked there. And he would just be like, and the thing is, the messed up is you think you finna blow up if they hit the corporate hits you up like, yo, corporate wants you to come out to do some extra. Oh snap! Like okay, because them Abercrombie and Fitch models was getting paid. They was getting paid good money back then. So you were like, oh snap! It's on. I'm just a regular clerk at the joint in Las Vegas or in Garland, Texas, whatever mall you at. And that boy was using it as his love was using it as a catalog, just flipping through.
That's
Woo,
so.
Look at the one in Louisville. Look at him in Louisville. Get in touch with that manager. Let him know that we want him to come by the office, and then they'll try you. All right,
I got that button under their door too.
I mean, we've been pretty heavy. Let's do something funny. All right, there's a restaurant that is out here taking Popeyes
out here.
Yeah, in LA. That is taking Popeyes chicken and serving it to their customers. Now, you may be like, what do you mean? No, there's fried chicken on their menu or chicken strips, sandwiches. No, they're going to Popeyes, buying it, bringing it back to their restaurant, and actually selling it as their own product. Hold on, here we go, y'all. This is real life, y'all. Like, this is real life.
This restaurant actually serving fast food chicken from Popeyes and passing it off as its own?
Love that chicken from Popeyes!
The restaurant found itself in hot water after a customer ordered fried chicken at the Sweet Dixie Kitchen in Long Beach, California, and saw something very strange. He posted his discovery on Yelp. The chicken they use is from Popeyes. Before my friends and I got seated, we saw them quickly bring in 2 large boxes of Popeyes to the kitchen. Turns out the guy was right.
Do you think this restaurant owner did anything wrong?
Yes! Restaurant owner Kim Sanchez is fessing up.
I love it. I can stand behind it. I can proudly say that this is the best product I feel for this dish.
She acknowledged that every day she walks 3 blocks to the local Popeyes to buy the chicken and resells it in her restaurant.
The manager's like, hey, you need your chicken? And I'm like, yes, I do.
The chicken is reheated in her oven.
So, y'all, basically she has a recipe that includes Popeye's chicken for one of her items. But I bet you she's charging more than what obviously she's got to make the money, charging more than what you could just go over to Popeyes and get it for.
Low key, I'm gonna tell you this: Popeyes expensive though. Popeyes, if without a coupon, I'd be like,
but think about what she got to charge to make the money if she's going to the
I mean, she definitely is probably for whatever sandwich and the extra fixings. It's probably like $18 for that sandwich. But it's also, I'm like,
is that not illegal though? Maybe in something.
That's what I want to know. And the fact that Popeyes is like, shit, we hitting our quota every day.
Yeah, every day she coming in buying 3 boxes of them.
And then so for her, it's probably easier because it probably make financially more sense for her to just do that every day. And then it's like until the chicken run out. If you only buying 3 boxes, it's probably that. And it's probably because think about the contract you probably got to have with somebody or trying to buy something at like a wholesale cost.
And got to keep it refrigerated, and it might not spoil. It might spoil all that stuff.
So I mean, cost wise, it likely does make sense. I'm not mad at it, but I feel like she should say it should say that on the menu or something because like Popeyes is a very distinct
taste. I'm it's crazy that she even
I fried chicken one time, D, when I lived in St. Louis, and I added Cajun sparkle to like the seasoning. And my sister was like, "Did you put that Cajun sparkle on here?" And I was like, "Yeah."
She automatically knew what was up. Like, did you put that Cajun?
Yeah.
Sparkle?
So
I mean, I think it's crazy and ridiculous. I'm now, since I'm thinking about it, maybe it is financially better for her to do it like that, like you said.
I only say that, and I hope that she
she's to put that on the menu though. Like
she needs to put it on the menu. I feel like you need to tell your
patrons,
in conjunction. Like I would even word that shit where it's like, oh, in conjunction with Popeyes or whatever, or chicken provided by Popeyes.
I can't do that because then Popeyes would be like, we ain't in conjunction with shit. You come in and buy the 3 boxes every day.
Yeah.
Maybe she could say inspired by Popeyes. She could say inspired by maybe or something.
Yeah, like, she had to say something, but ma'am, Sanchez is your last name. Who?
You live out there. You know better than me. I mean, what's the name of the restaurant? I need to know now.
I forgot that fast because they said it. But I could see the what's the face, like they shutting it down. Like, don't you think like the people, not the FDA, what's the grading people?
The not FDA. Yeah, it's FDA, Food and Drug Administration.
That come by and they be giving you
the ratings, like the health inspector.
The health inspector. I would think that.
Something Dixie.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called? Sweet Dixie. Let's see where this is. I want to see how much it costs for that sandwich.
And you're talking about Sweet Dixie as if like Popeyes is not from Dixieland.
Oh, snap. It was an article for them in 2019. Long Beach's Sweet Dixie likely to close. But I guess they stayed open.
She found the special she got. She started by selling that Popeye's chicken. Because her chicken went.
No, she's the new owner. So head of Sweet Dixie Chicken transferring ownership after serving downtown for 6 years. So she's the new owner. They sold it in 2019. August 2019.
Crazy as hell.
So they trying to make their money back then. Mm-hmm. They own some. Popeyes is launching it. Hold on. This been going on for a long time, Don. Hold on.
She just got caught recently, but then he even said when we sat down, we saw her bringing in the bags. Like, y'all got a back door. That was very country of me. Y'all have a back door. You guys don't have a back door that you can use. That's just like when restaurants. I went somewhere when I tell you I was like mad that how they took the trash out and they took the bags of trash through the restaurant, like I guess the dining, what you would say a dining hall. I got my money back. I was like, y'all not supposed to do that. The experience overall, it was just terrible. We went to this Beetlejuice inspired, like, you know how all these places are having these different pop-ups and stuff. So we went and it was just a terrible experience. And I was like, my food wasn't good. They only had selecting that you could get, like, which was fine. But overall, like the experience, like it was just terrible. Like I was like, we paid all this money and you gonna serve me some mediocre cold ass food? No, I'm not paying for this.
So that's an old video, Dom. This ain't even recent. This was from 2017. So that was 2017 they was doing this. That video, that original article thing we watched come from.
Damn.
So that owner lost it in 2019.
Oh, well. Do you want me to find out? I'll
yes.
Go.
It says the Sweet Dixie employee confirmed the source. They sold the chicken sandwich for $15. It was a chicken and waffles. It wasn't even a sandwich. For $15.
That's what I told you.
In 2017. So let's see if it's still open. I know they got an Instagram. Oh no, they closed. They officially closed.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I'll go this weekend.
But it's still crazy that, ridiculousness, and that's funny that even came across the wire. All right, next up, what's going on with this Anthony Edwards stuff, man? Like, give me an update on it. What's going on?
Guys. Okay, listen, You know, we have been. What'd you say?
I can't keep up when I refuse to.
Okay, so you know, guys, we've been giving you a play-by-plays regarding the we're gonna call it Antgate, because every day is something new, and currently they're saying that he has a baby by or could potentially have impregnated like a rapper's baby mama, and so that he requested a paternity test because he's supposed to have a baby with Aisha. What's her last name? Oh, she's supposed to have a kid with like Chief Keek's baby mama or something like that.
I think that's what the article said that you sent me.
So originally when we first spoke about Anthony Edwards regarding the situation with the children was because it was a girl, his mistress.
I gave him a lot of props before when we first started covering it. This is what, end of last year?
Yes.
Beginning of this year, right?
So whatever
the one girl he made
get the abortion. The abortion. And then he turned around.
It wasn't even an abortion. She just took a plan B or something.
No, I think she took the abortion pill.
Oh, that's right. And
he paid $100,000 to get rid of it.
Yeah, he wanted to see it happen. That fool got on FaceTime to make sure.
The main chick has spoken out. And she just had a baby by Anthony Edwards and back in 2023. And so she just pretty much was like, she said she's not sad that he allegedly welcomed a new baby with Aisha Howard after already having 2 outside children on her last year. She's like, I'm a hard body baby. And so just saying, like, you guys are just now finding out about this. I already knew it is what it is, and I'm still here, whether you like it or not. Y'all can't give me any sort of advice. I am here to stay, and I got my baby and my ball player.
Like, I'm gonna keep getting my money.
She said she's leaving here with something, and y'all just love it's just crazy to me. It's not crazy to me because it's believable. It makes sense, just especially how things are going right now, and how men are sought out just strictly for that reason, for a payday. So it's one of them kids that I feel like he was trying to deny, and I was like, boy, that little boy got your eyes. What are you talking about? A little sad looking eye. And not that they look sad, but it's just like how his eyes sit. I'm like, nigga,
I just need him to sit down and chill, man.
I need you to just get a snip because it's reversible. Like, you 22 with 3 different baby mamas, 4 allegedly. Cool it down.
Yeah, I need him to slow down.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the update on that, because she's finally spoken out and said you can save your well wishes and telling her to move on like Maya. She's not.
So this is the 2-parter. So this is what this came by. Now you didn't know about this with Tim Duncan, so I'm gonna play this for you. Because Tim Duncan, he had been through some stuff with his previous relationship. Hold on, let me get it right. There we go. Oh, it's not playing.
1994, the moment Duncan and his ex-wife Amy became lovers, Duncan supported Amy's career. He not only helped his ex-wife return to her job as a doctor, but also established a medical foundation and handed it over to Amy to manage. However, in 2012, Duncan suddenly found that something was wrong with his wife. Every time he came home, his wife was avoiding him. At first, he just thought his wife was tired, but as the foundation continued to have large amounts of funds missing, he realized that something was wrong. So under the investigation of a private detective, the truth surfaced. Not only did his wife cheat, but she also took millions of dollars to help this gigolo start a business. However, after being found cheating, Amy first slandered Duncan as bisexual. Fortunately, Duncan collected evidence in advance, not only won the lawsuit, but also won the custody of the 2 children. After 7 years of dating and 12 years of marriage, Duncan would not choose to forgive her, but even after the divorce, he still gave Amy $7 million. However, Amy eventually went bankrupt due to the failure of her business, and the gigolo left her, leaving Amy with nothing. Looking back at Duncan, will he learn from this lesson after the divorce?
Yeah, this is real. But it's another one that shows he ends up, he's married now, happy with another woman and whatnot. What? No, go ahead.
What the hell? You gave the gigolo money? Like that gigolo, okay, we need to find him and get him on the line and see what the fuck he said. Because what? I'm sorry.
I think they're using gigolo as a pejorative. I think they're just saying
the side piece. I wonder what the business was. Can we find out?
I'm trying to find out now.
Yeah, I was like, we can call him and request an interview. Okay, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. It's not that important. That's honestly, I'm not shocked because nothing shocks me anymore. That's crazy as hell. And poor guy.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, because she was slandering him back then, saying that he was, bisexual and stuff like that.
I didn't think he and I feel like I low key kind of remember that, but also I was just like, that nigga just kind of corny and quiet. Like that's odd.
Yeah, he's gay.
Like it was, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out that.
I'm just like, wow.
Oh,
wow.
Gilbert Urbano. I found his name.
And she eventually, they said she went bankrupt after 7. I'm sorry. If I get $100,000, I ain't ever gonna be bankrupt. I'ma flip it. I'ma figure it out and flip that shit. What did you do with $7 million?
Oh no.
Like that's wild.
I mean, it's messed up. But I mean, it's the game, man. I mean, what can you say, man? It happens. It ain't the first time it's gonna happen. It happened. It's not the last time it'll happen to somebody.
It's not. I'm like, but what did you do? Like,
and he feel like he's a cool, actually, dude, too, though, man. Like, just lay back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I found a picture, dude, too. Hold on. Oh, he was a former stripper. Oh shit. No, that's real. He was a gigolo, maybe. Shit.
You remember that game, Gigolo? Gigolo,
Yeah. I thinking back, we shouldn't have been doing that shit.
We should not have.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna send you the link here. I pictures don't show up well on here, y'all, so I can't. Actually, I could have shared it, but
honestly, she looked like the type that would do that shit.
I know, right?
Like I ain't even.
And think that in the 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, he's married to somebody else, happy and everything.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, like
we love a happy ending.
Yeah, it's so many searches, people trying to find out what happened to her now.
Cause like I'm like, what the fuck did you like $7 million? Yeah. All right, what we got next?
Let's jump into this. I'm gonna play this for you. This is just 50 Cent is the best troller all time. Shout out to my co-host Matt from the Scenario. He sent me this and he said, I won't be able to talk about it, but I'm sure you and Dom will. He said, is Omari Hardwick the Paul Pierce of actors? So here we go. This is from 50 about him. I don't know what's up with this loading today, y'all. It's taking a second for some reason. Pop up.
Cen't has had just about enough of Omari Hardwick and his grievances around his character Ghost on the show Power. He sat down with Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club and said that if Omari was just that good, how come he doesn't have anything else going since he was killed off the show Power? Now, we know that Omari Hardwick has talked about his role as Ghost. He seems to not be happy that the character was actually killed off. And he's also upset that he feels like he didn't get paid what he should have been paid, being the face of the franchise that resulted in multiple spinoffs thanks to him.
Oh, when he says this stuff on, I think he overvalues himself, to be honest with you. Because since then, it's been a long time since he hasn't been in power. Mm-hmm. Why are we not excited about the new projects?
What new project?
His new projects.
He got new. I didn't know.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that is exactly what I'm talking about. If there was noise going on, if he was that big of a draw, then we would see noise. We see new things happening. We see you out where you actively are in a place where people are looking for you.
So y'all not cool. It's not.
No, because you leave it like it's me not giving you the money. If he's saying it and he going, Courtney and the 50, no. You saying that, they don't know who the fuck Courtney is. I introduced people to her. They don't know who she is. So you leaving it for a 50 didn't make sure I got paid. When Mary will tell you she got paid a lot of money on the show while she was there the whole time. I made sure that it was right. And then that book, The Accomplice, I got Taraji. So Taraji will be the lead in that one for Nina.
Okay, that's already sold.
Yeah.
Because you know the internet and different things. I feel like there was a time 50 was talking about lending people money. It came out that he lent you money and you were like, but I paid it back plus interest.
I think he forever just really, really respects the shit out of me for that. We just not taught that in our community too. And he gave me $20,000, and the next summer he gave me 23. Now, absolutely, because he adores Jay and the kids. He might like them more than me. It was absolutely given in a way of like, you know, take care of the family, bro. Use that.
Up to that point though, in your career, you still weren't making money where you were taking loans?
On Power, I never got that. And the end of it, never, right? Never.
Oh, 20 rap time now. Jamie St. Patrick.
How much do you think I made a week? An episode?
I would think 20. Angela Bassett makes $250 on 911. She's the highest paid.
She makes $250 a week?
So you had to at least $150.
No, then you got it right. First time I've ever disclosed it. But I was also the face of the network.
Right.
Angela's not the face of that network.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
She's one of the greatest actresses that ever graced the planet, but she's not the face of that network. It's metrics.
All right, Dom.
All right.
The great Foppy.
He does have other projects, guys. After Power, post Power. He was in the movie was with Jennifer Lopez in The Mother. Another movie called To Live and Die and Live. He was in something called Fantasy Football, something called Pieces of Her. He was 6 episodes. So he does have stuff, and he's had stuff in production and then pre-production, post-production. So I get how he could be frustrated or upset with 50, but also that goes back to, I want people to understand how that may not know the ins and outs of how pay goes in Hollywood. That's the issue with his management. His management should have been going back to the table and renegotiating that after that first season. So he said, how much was he making a week?
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't. I mean, I heard it before.
So something that he felt like he was lowballed, whatever the case.
Well, no, he said he was. That was they named a number, so it was a good amount. I mean, let me just Google this.
So you have to think about your lawyers. You got agents, managers, publicists, all these people that you have to pay.
He made 150,000 episode. It says here.
So that means
he made about $1 million a year.
I ain't go, but still, after all of that, he took home probably after paying all of those people, depending on what their rate was. A lot of people be taking 10. Some people take 10, some people take 2, some people take 6. Like, depending on what that is, you coming home probably about, somewhere like, $500,000 or whatever.
Well, okay, it was 10 episodes. So he did 6 seasons, 10 episodes.
That says he. Oh no! Wait, you know what? That's never mind. I was on that. It said he did 65 episodes.
Yeah, so it was 6. So remember, he died in the middle of one season. So I think that's why he did 6. It's 68 episodes. Remember, he got killed in the middle of the last season, I believe. So that's why he wasn't in 3 episodes. So that's why he did 65. So 65 multiplied by 150. So he made roughly 8 mil, somewhere between 8 and 9 mil. Then you said 10% of that, you knock you down to, let's say it was 8 mil, knock you down to 71. Taxes on that, 50% off of that. I mean, that's still good money. I mean, $4 million in 6 years is not bad. And considering he could do it, unless they had him in a deal where he couldn't do nothing else.
Yeah, now if they had that, and now that would be the thing. But it go back to what, like your team and what you paying. Yeah. That's how you had Taraji going back and firing people after figuring out that, it was people like they was leaving money on the table with Empire because it was people, pulling her left and right, wanting to do other stuff, and they wasn't booking her.
Yeah.
So 50 Cent didn't have to do with him like that.
No, he didn't have to.
Jeez Louise.
Dang, 50? Damn. You definitely didn't have to do that, my G. Damn. Just flame him up. All right, our last topic. It is election season. A lot of discourse topics, stuff like that. Honestly, I'm tired of it. You know who you voting for at this point. I just love to just fast forward, get to the end of the election, because I mean I'm getting tired of hearing it all. But there is a lot of different discourse going around Black men's support or lack of support. We talked about a little bit with Obama challenging Black men to support Kamala, and so there was I know I've been practicing for real, and so Michael Ealy has some interesting words. They had a Black Town Hall on BET discussing different topics, and he had this to say that was pretty interesting.
It's naive to think that there aren't some men out there who simply don't want to vote for women.
It's disingenuous to say that. It's disingenuous. It's not
exactly.
naive.
There are some men who don't want to vote for a woman.
Sure.
It's not a lot. I don't believe it is a lot at all.
You don't?
I don't. Not in our community.
Well,
now what I will say is, again, to what we were talking about in terms of parity earlier. The founders of Project 2025 really don't want a woman as president.
Right.
And their women don't want a woman as president.
Sure.
That is not being held to the same standard. So there is, and they justify it by using Christianity.
Yeah.
So there is a sense here that what the president, who, let's be honest, he put his life on the line.
Yes.
He put his family's life on the line, and inherited a recession, and got us out of that and single-handedly handed Donald Trump an amazing economy. We're now looking at him and saying, how are you going to talk to us like that? When in reality, that's not what he was saying. If, in fact, you are one of those individuals who believe that a woman should not be president, speak on it. Don't mask it by saying that you believe in some sort of policy discrepancy, especially when that policy discrepancy has been debunked. Right? So, like, if you're masking your sexism with, she locked up a whole bunch of black men. Well, that's already been debunked. So what is it? Or she's not black. So what is it? What is it that's really? Just speak on it. Just be forthright about it.
All right, what you think, Dom?
He's absolutely correct, and I want to also add to that. I don't know if you were able to get that clip.
I'm gonna put it up. Play the other one now too.
Yeah, on the flip side of that, how you have women also interacting when it comes to the conversation surrounding Kamala.
Yep, here we go.
I tell you that this election is unlike any other election, okay? This is not politics as usual. As we are finding out as we're on the road, the people you think are going to vote for a certain candidate may not be, as evidenced in this interview. Watch.
Your feelings, and let me start with the women here, about Kamala Harris.
She's a woman of color. I'm not putting her down because of that, and I'm not putting her down because she's a woman. I'm not a feminist, so I'm sorry. But at the end of the day, I don't think that she has the personality. I don't think that she has what it takes to go up against Putin and go up against these other presidents that are built for this. I don't want to be scared because my president is scared. I want my president to feel secure and manly and about it.
We brought up gender, right? Like, do you think it matters that she's a woman and people aren't comfortable having a woman in a top leadership role?
No, I don't think that, because most men, they love their mothers, they love their wives. So as a woman, most men, they respect a woman, but she just don't have the qualification or the education to really run America, because she don't have the experience. She don't understand our struggles. And for me to believe you for another 4 years, you're crazy. Right. Like, you're crazy. You're saying the same thing that you said 4 years ago.
So the fact that she's the vice president,
that's
to
just
you
the
is
bottom line.
You're like, you've been here, you've had a chance.
Yes. Well, for me, the very first time I ever heard the name Kamala Harris, it was in association to locking up parents for truancy. That was the first time I ever heard of her name. And I really didn't understand how this person claims to be a black woman, but yet she's locking up black women and black men and separating families.
This is the thing that is, Trump talks about this a lot. He says, Kamala Harris became black when it was convenient.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about, do you agree with him on that? Do you feel like she's wearing her blackness?
Absolutely. She's sworn when she sworn to the Senate, it was as the first Indian American.
Thank you.
Which is, it's fine. We don't care.
We all know she's not black. Let's understand that. We are all clear of that. But my point of view, like I told you earlier, she's already been there. She's in office right now.
Wow. Well, there you go. What do you think? Let me know.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to make it quick. Black people don't understand the plight of black people. I've been saying that about black women for a while now, and then now it's coming full circle, men as well, because this woman is biracial, like she black. Like y'all every day niggas want to pick and choose a side, and then y'all always want to get up and complain about how things are when you could have been like the driving force to make change happen, right? We want to be the change that we want to see. That's the age-old saying, but y'all gonna get on these soapbox and say this. So in the next couple of years, y'all gonna be complaining about whatever the state of the country looks like and how things have shifted, or just like how people's, when Trump was in office, like refund checks were not like the same. Like people saw a huge decrease because there were tax breaks for the wealthy versus the working middle, the working class people. There's so many layers and factors to this, and it's like, Now somebody not black enough to do something, as if blackness is like the Rosetta Stone for you voting for somebody that has more than enough of the qualifications, which again, Michael Ealy, this goes back to what he said, and we've played the clips on here. We've talked about it and how I don't know where this narrative had come from, where, oh, Kamala was locking up black people, you know, separating families.
That's not even
And
true.
it's not true. It's been debunked so many times. We like, I just,
And they say that she's not qualified. She's been there. She was a senator before as well. Like, what?
but that's what I'm saying. Like y'all have these talking points that are out your ass, and this is something y'all just listening to what different people are saying, and when these people have not read and really done the research, they have not. And you know, and I'm gonna say something, and this will be pettiness. This is petty me. You know how Rudy Giuliani got caught up in that shit and had to pay them black girls because he was like defaming their character? Baby, I would be so petty and turn around and sue every Negro that did that and defame my character just right there. You ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna take what you got. I'm gonna take your pickup truck because it doesn't make sense. It ain't got nothing else. They don't have nothing else. No, and you can't even. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna say because I know phonetic like Ebonics is now recognized as a language, but whatever. You guys are sitting up there in this room of people just spreading misinformation, and this goes back to what we say when people, this is detrimental to our culture, this is detrimental to our country. Everybody want to talk about, oh, it's gonna be this or that, or that y'all thinking about back to when we had COVID, like when we were in lockdown, because we don't have, like, that's not in the past. COVID is still a thing. They don't talk about the numbers. They don't make people report like this. Over through the holiday season, like there was 28,000 people that died of COVID last year. All this bullshit is a trickle down effect. And there's this divisiveness that's there. But a lot of people, she's saying, oh, the man is not about somebody being a woman. The man respects the woman, and they love their mothers. They can love their mamas and piss all over you because a lot of y'all got piss in your eye. A lot of y'all. So stop it. Stop it. I'm interested. Let's say, hypothetically, let's say it's some bullshit and Trump wins. All right, cool. They need to go back and interview those people in the next 2.5 years for update to see how they feeling. What's your job doing? Are you employed? Or did your job move overseas and outsource work? Like there's so many variables that go into play. I'm just interested to see. That's it, and I'm done.
Yeah, it's just at this point, you know who you're voting for, and it's all good. You don't have to defend whatever if you believe in that MAGA world. That's cool, but there are, I think that it's a weird thing that they're trying. I think it's a weird thing of them trying to purvey that it's just these tons of black men that are not supporting Kamala. You know, like that's not true. Like brother Michael Ealy said. But I wonder if it's one thing to try to. It's a double back, and what I mean by the double back is try to make other black men question themselves, like, dang, all these other black dudes not messing with her. Should I not be? Like, I'm saying, I wonder if that's what they're trying to do, of like sowing that seed, like, dang, if every other black dude I vote for, what's wrong with me?
Yeah,
and it's not true. You know, it's just
I can see that, but a lot of people got to check themselves and check their trauma, because a lot of people are operating also from that space where they feel like, oh, these things should not coexist. And the girl said something that was a key fact. And I'm not saying you got to be a feminist or anything to support Kamala or anything, or, you know, whatever you believe in. But I think that's also a telling tale, because everything that y'all was saying, could go back and I can say, okay, but no, actually it's this. Like you can go back. So you're not taking the time to really educate yourself on the facts. And also a lot of people, what is happening, especially in a place like Missouri, where you have 2 seats up for grabs in the Supreme Court, that can really change or things for the better in Missouri or for the worse. So there's so many variables here. We can go back and forth and fight about the president all day, but there are a lot of things locally that are up for grabs that are happening nationwide that we that people need to be aware of. Because somebody the crazy absurd things that those people were saying in that video, I could just I could see them just operating from a space of, okay, well, I voted for Trump, so everything else I got to do is red, which could really be fucked up. But I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, no. Well, everybody know where to hit you up at.
Y'all can hit me up at St. Angeles everywhere. Vote responsibly. Think about, it's not just about it is a lot about the here and now, but I mean, you seeing all these recalls happening, across all of these grocery stores. That is because of the shit that Trump did when he was in office regarding the FDA and regulating food and stuff. We already have shitty food as it is, and we just trying to survive and get by. But a lot of that stuff comes from, regulations being pulled back. And these corporations, we shouldn't be buying food from a place called Cisco. No shade to you, Cisco, because that but that's just that's the honest to God truth. You have all these places, like it doesn't make sense. Yeah. And so I think people just need to wise up. And if you care about the state, it's not even just about the state of the country, it's like the state of the world. Be smart.
Yeah.
Be smart.
All right. Thank y'all for listening as always. We'll be back next week on Election Tuesday. Well, when y'all get it, it'll be after the election. So go vote, y'all. All right. Peace.